welcome or welcome back to your daily pick me up message. Before we have a look inside these cards to see what the energy is like for you today, my lovely, whenever you happen to watch this right here, right now. You already know this is not the first time that you see my face. I dropped into meditation before filming, and the messages that came through, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so potent. I need to share that with you first before we get to have fun with the cards, okay? Thank you so much. Sorry, I'm just saying, I'm having so much fun with this. But this is always my intention with any of these messages that I put out. It's just like joy, yeah? Focusing on the joy and having fun with it. So that is a side message in itself. But when it comes to the messages that bombarded me while I was in meditation, basically the first thing that literally jumped out of me was I saw kind of like a clown face, but it just like a crazy, obnoxious, just like being, okay? Just like boom, full blown in my face. And I'm like, what the frick am I supposed to do with that? And that is very much, if you watched the last Daily Pick Me Up message, interlinked with this like noisy, attention grabbing energy that is just like, wants to, like get you out of your peaceful and calm, blissful state. Because obviously when you're in meditation, like that is just like a representation of the state. It's just like still and calm. Boom, suddenly something is being thrown in your face and you're like, what am I supposed to do with it? And the message that came through is like, this is basically meant to put you off kilter, so to speak. But I mean, you know better. You know better. You are just being asked to see it for what it is, which it's just a story, a narrative that wants to derail you from where you're currently at, which is at peace. And what we're being asked to focus on, which like has nothing to do with like the obnoxious energy, that is approaching us. Deep rest, stillness, to ensure that no matter what pops up, our nervous system is regulated. So that might very well be why currently nothing is really happening in your outside reality, because you're being asked to just like make sure that you're in tune. I just heard, like I also see like all your chakras being like clicking into place so you're balanced, yes? And this, my lovely, is very much interlinked with the fact that we're currently in the preparation phase of a lot of like world stage chaos that we're gonna see reflected. Like July feels very potent in the energy that it's gonna most likely just get louder and louder. And for us specifically, it's so important to hold our frequency. Yes, it's why deep rest, like use all the tools that you have available, okay, to make sure that your frequency is good. And speaking of like holding our frequency, this might also be interlinked, and I read comments before, like a lot of us within our collective, we are being asked to return back to our hometown, home country right now, like at this point in time. And the confirmation that I've gotten is basically we are meant to anchor in the frequency that we're currently holding where we have been born, basically, to just like activate the land and support the whole grid in what we're gonna see is like a huge wave of fear that we're gonna be kind of like, faced with. We are meant to hold it down though, and we are able to do so. So again, that came through so freaking strongly. And also what we're meant to really, besides, like rest and just like meditating more, connecting with our bodies, with our breath, all of the beautiful things, you are meant to like hold the light, right? So how can you remember and like make this just part of the entirety of your being? You need to be encompassed by it, right? So that means being more conscious of like what you're consuming in like media overall, but also just like connect with people that are just right there, that are just as aware. Because this, I can speak from like personal experience, like that has uplifted me the last couple of days immensely. Just like realizing, oh wait, yeah, there's like this whole narrative and story going on like within, like on the world stage, but there are so many incredible beings holding the light, doing the work, and just like they're right there, you know, continuing to anchor in this like new world that we are wanting to be part of. Yeah, so yeah, that is just something that I felt called to share. And then message number 2, and this is kind of funny because it's also kind of interlinked with message number 1, because you might experience a lot of instances right now that are challenging you, as in past version of you would be like sobbing on the floor, kind of like completely fear-ridden, anxiety-ridden. But this new version of you is able to snap out of it pretty quickly and able to transmute it. Example, I got stung by a sea urchin. So why am I saying this? Because exactly 1 year ago, the same thing happened while I was in Thailand. And my experience with it was horrendous. So much pain, I had to go to the hospital. It took forever to heal. I'm like, fuck my life. If this is a repeat of like what I went through like last year, I'm fucked, you know? But then I'm like, wait a second. I get to decide which narrative I feed, which story I believe. And I was like, actually, that is fine. That is good. And then I literally felt like me making the decision, being like, this is good. And this is not gonna do anything. Like, this is gonna heal like beautifully, like no problem, no pain. Kid you not, literally came out of the water. Like the locals helped me with like onion and like coral. It's a whole procedure, yeah. I was able to like walk, put pressure on it, no pain, no nothing after an hour. An hour. That is a representation of it looks worse than it is, yeah? So whatever challenge you're currently being faced in whichever area of your life, like health, relationship, purpose, like money, career-wise, you will know specifically. It might be actually multiple areas that are currently be attacked simultaneously, which I know how that feels. But literally, it's just a marker of how resilient you are and how strong you are in your belief of like choosing the light, not the fear and the scarcity and like all that is like linked to that, right? So maybe just like check in with yourself. How are you approaching these situations that are coming up, and how quickly are you able to come out on the other side? So basically, to sum all of this up before we tap into the cards, this is like a huge preparation phase. Basically, you have been in it for a very long time. But now specifically with, you know, what we're gonna see outside, globally, you need to be solid. I see like a tree, you know, like sturdy, rooted, grounded. Nothing can like really shake you. Like your roots, you know, like the trauma and the things that were unhealed in the past, no, they're healthy and they are like stable and they hold you down. That's a beautiful thing. Oh my God, I love that this just came through. So yeah, this is just giving confirmation. If you're like, what the heck, what is all these challenges with this noisy energy just like jumping at me like from all different directions? It's, again, for your own benefit to like, it's training ground. It's training ground. How quickly can you switch back from fear into love, trust, surrender? Yeah? So, my lovely, but with that said, I know what you're waiting for. Let's see what is in the cards for you today, what the energy is like, what additional message wants to find you at this time, okay? So let's tap in. What? I didn't even really start and, okay, I'm just gonna have a look. Whoa, this is just confirmation of literally what I shared before. And I love when that comes out, because our freaking mind, you know, like always looks for tangible proof. It's like, is that really true what she's saying, this random girl on the internet? Yes, because you will be able to like see the message unfolding through these cards as well. We have the Bardo, which that is like a graveyard, huh? That is literally, see all the skulls? This is like the obnoxious energy, like forces wanting to just like get a bite out of you, out of the beautiful, like juicy being that you are. And you're, my lovely, you are the warrior embodied. So we have the warrior and the vessel. Like you're solid. Like you see it for what it is, like not a problem at all. So that is just confirmation, like nothing to fear, yeah, at all. But you already came to the conclusion yourself, I'm pretty sure. And then the threshold, literally, that is giving like battlefield energy, huh? We're on the brink of it. We're basically about to fall into the materialization of chaos, fire, war, full on body chills. We have been seeing it, we have been picking up on it. Again, there's nothing to be fearful of. Hold the light, despite what, you know, other people around you, the environment wants you to believe. But that is inevitable, that is gonna happen. There you go. This is your energy, the animal. And also, okay, now I'm getting the image of a wolf again. You might actually resonate a lot with the spirit animal of the wolf. I highly recommend you even check it out, like the spiritual meaning behind it. But that is like you, that is the embodiment of you. You're fierce and strong, you're focused, and you're just, like nothing can touch you. Nothing can touch you at all. All that is being asked of you is to like keep the focus, but on the story that you want to feed. It's always a choice, light or dark, fear or love. That is so synchronistic, huh, with what came through overall. So feel free to let me know how that resonated, huh? But my lovely, with that said, I'm feeling called to wrap up this daily pick me up message up here now. I mean, I already said it, but like, please, you need to let me know in the comment section how you're currently experiencing these energies. Are you being faced with little, let's call it, challenges, things that look very much the same of what you have, you know, gone through in the past, you as an unhealed version, but now being faced again with, and do you see the difference in which you react to it? Like that is the because these wins, you need to stack them. That is freaking proof that whatever comes next, you're able to endure, and you need to have the confidence within yourself. Yeah, it's like the animal, like the focus and the fire within you. You're golden, my love, okay? So, yeah, let me know in the comments. But with that said, have yourself a beautiful, wonderful rest of the day as always. And I cannot wait to see your beautiful face in one of my next upcoming videos, which is most likely gonna be tomorrow because, ooh, we're also approaching now, you know, the 7/7 portal on the 7th of July. It's coming closer and closer, which that's like a huge portal, and we're gonna see a shift happening for sure. Honestly, like I literally hear you, but I keep on repeating it myself. It's like, can we get a break, right? Because the energies are so potent. But we have been prepared for this, and we freaking volunteered, yeah, to be incarnated during this time specifically. So don't forget that for a second, yeah? Oh, that's it. Take care of yourself, and I love you very, very much. Bye-bye. You already know. I'm sweating. So much energy moving. Whoa. This literally had like layers to it. Throat chakra again. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're really being like forced to speak our truth and being our like full authentic expression. Yeah, like nothing can go beyond that. Like it will literally make us miserable. It will literally cause for our throat chakra to close up. whoa, that is huge. A huge release that is also meant to happen. Okay, fine. But what I wanted to say was, like, with the transmission that I sent you away with, like, you know, Christ white light, the layers that I saw, like, first I saw again the wolf, and because also like the woo, like it reminded me of a howl of a wolf. I'm like, okay, I see. So that is calling upon your power within, yeah, your like animalistic, like confident, brave self that is being put on the forefront now, not covering, like, you know, being, no, please don't. No, you're making yourself tall, and you're like, here I am. I hear. I love when that song comes through. It's like, here I am, send me an angel. They are all around, by the way. Like, don't even think for a second, like, what you're currently going through is just like, oh, it's just, no. Obviously, and you know this. I literally see, like, a freaking army of spiritual support just, like, surrounding you. And they are all, like, they're also ready to go to war with you. You know what I mean? You have the full support. It's like they are backing you. So whenever you feel like, oh my gosh, am I really gonna do that? Yes, and you're gonna be so fine. Connect with, it's like solar plexus, I see, like yellow color. That is very important right now. So that's, okay, yeah, that's what I saw. So I saw the wolf first. And then it was literally like the energy that came through was just like building you up, you know, like calling upon your power, your confidence. And I saw you just like becoming bigger and bigger. Like literally just like, yeah, like regal energy as well, but like very powerful, very graceful. Yeah, so that has been going on and you just absorbed it, which is beautiful. So you're very, very welcome. It's an honor always to connect with you, obviously. And let's see, there was another thing. Yes, this is kind of like separate from this whole freaking channel, but those that are still here, and this goes first to my divine feminines, because you're gonna hopefully relate very much to it, because the growth that we have been doing on like our divine feminine, divine masculine, and coming into literally union within, that freaking powerful surge. You think you have been like magnetic and attractive, so to speak. I mean, you're beautiful, yeah? Like, I don't need to tell you that. It's like, you thought this was like already, you know, you were already noticing it. Now it's a whole nother ball game. Like, your energy is being kind of used. So I'm talking specifically to divine feminines right now that have done the work. Your energy is being used to wake up, to accelerate the heart opening of the divine masculines, because we need them to basically reconnect to their heart, because they are very stable in their lower chakras. Us feminines, we are, you know, very much open and more receptive with our upper chakras. That's why we had a lot to deal with our lower chakras, as like the sense of like self and stability, confidence, like, you know, right? So this means masculines tend to flock to you like crazy and like love bomb you, and just like they want to, you know, keep you, contain you, want you for themselves. Like, that is like very much unhealed, right? But then also like within, you know, the conscious community, it's very common for divine masculines feeling like, oh, you're my counterpart. Yeah, of course you are. Because the thing is, your higher self, what they are doing, they are using their energy to activate them, but that has been the role, and then it's done. And that is something that I meant to speak upon, because it's so important to realize every interaction, also now with more and more like soul family coming in and us like connecting, to understand that each and every single one, like, we are just activations for one another. So you might be a heart activation for a divine masculine, but if he is not as conscious of it, he will suspect that, oh my gosh, you're my counterpart, love of my life. Even though, no, it was only supposed to be you activating them, but then it's just like, you know, you're meant to split paths again. And for divine masculine, obviously, like, they hold activations for us, divine feminines. It's a beautiful dance, but it's so important to again come back to the remembrance of we all play certain roles, you know, like each and every single one of us. And I'm also gonna say it now point blank, because why can I say it also confidently? Because I'm obviously with like my YouTube channel and like putting my energy out there, I know what my energy does and is supposed to do, and it's beautiful, and I'm so glad, you know, that I get to be a vessel for it. But that has nothing to do with like divine masculines on the other side thinking that I'm their counterpart. I'm gonna shut that down so quick right now. You will come to the conclusion yourself. I'm not your counterpart, okay? Also, if you think of like reaching out to me, writing me emails, you know, like all of those things, I will never respond to any of that, because it's not truth, and I see it for what it is. I just hope that, and it's gonna happen, like the realization gonna hit like sooner or later. Just know that I cannot fault you for it. Like we're all like doing this kind of for the first time, right? Coming back into full remembrance, and like so many like truths are, you know, being uncovered. The more we get exposed to, you know, everything there is, it's important to remember, okay, we're all walking each other home. Like I literally mean that. The unawake, the awake ones, each interaction, yeah, like each person has a role, like a specific role to like trigger us, activate something within us. I had to address it, because it's just like part of the journey, yeah, to like work through these illusions. If you feel called, you can let me know in the comments if this is something that you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so seen right now. You're very welcome. And yeah, but with that said, I'm actually gonna wrap up this daily pick me up message up here now for real this time. But before I go, let's see, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Oh, interesting that this song is coming through. Comment the emoji of like a meditating person. So I actually know that you stayed until the very end, but also to reaffirm, you're golden. As long as you stay centered and connected, nothing can happen to you, because you're so tapped in, you get all the guidance. Yeah, you will not be led astray whatsoever. No. You're anchoring in the light and you're holding it. Doesn't matter if like emotions come up, you feel it, but you're able to transmute them very, very quickly. It's just important to always come back to the remembrance and not fall for the stories that are being spun all around us. Yeah, you know the truth. Okay, so I will probably see you tomorrow, or maybe the next day, because tomorrow I'm changing location, so it's always a bit like up in the air. But yeah, make sure that you take care of yourself, and we will see one another when we're gonna see one another, okay? I love you, I love you, I love you so much. Thank you for being here. You're a godsend, honestly. Bye-bye.